Good morning, guys. Hopefully you are having a wonderful day. It's about 9:30, 9:45, something like that. I'm showered and shaved and ready to start the day. Actually had no real problem getting up this morning. I think something must have happened where when Christina's alarm started going off at like 5:30 or 5:45 or whatever time it does, my brain said it's time to wake up. So after it had gone off for a few minutes, I nudged her to turn it off, and then it went off again and again, and finally my brain got to that point where it's like, all right, let's be awake and let's stay awake. I still laid there and rested for a while, which made it even better, so that at about 7 o'clock, whenever it was time to get up and actually start the day and help get the kids ready and everything, I was good to go. So I'm feeling great this morning. Headache is completely gone. It's awesome. Great way to start the day. The other sort of semi-interesting and amusing thing about starting the day today is I've done something kind of silly. I was messing around with the iPad Pro this morning and realized I can put Pokémon GO on it. So, Pokemon on the iPad Pro. So, this is going to be my new rig for... No, I definitely can't do this 100%. I'm really hoping to find a Pokemon here at some point so that I can actually try catching it on the iPad Pro. I think that would be really interesting. Oh, speak of the devil. All right, let's see if we can do this using the iPad Pro entirely. Wants to use the camera. Okay. Wow, that's really loud. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn that way down. Now let's try to catch this Eevee using a Pokeball. Spin ball. Oh, Eevee jumped. And you jumped again. Quit jumping. There we go. A great throw. So it's basically a lot like doing it on a phone, but just much, much bigger, as you would expect. I will say, though, you've got a lot more real estate to do your spin balls, so if you do like doing the spin ball like that, there you go, 160 XP from that. And an EV that I can send to the grinder. Although now it's complaining about the GPS. Still really cool to know that that's an option, that this is something that can be done. I also spent a little bit of time this morning going through news articles and everything, and probably a month ago or so I subscribed to the RSS feed from DP Review, a digital photography review website. Basically, when any new camera and gear comes out, they're the ones that review it. They are sort of the definitive guys to go to for that stuff. And one of the articles that came out this morning, Canon apparently made just a bunch of announcements, new product announcement type things. I've sort of been on the lookout for a new Canon EOS M camera. I've got a problem with cameras. If you're new to the vlog, you may not know that. I've gone through several different vlogging cameras, and I'm looking for the perfect vlogging camera. Realistically, the camera I use for my main channel camera would probably be a better option than what I'm using right now, especially in terms of audio, but this little thing has decent battery life. It has a 1.7 aperture lens, not changeable, but still 1.7. So in this relatively dimly lit room, I probably look decent. It just doesn't have a microphone jack built in. So, Canon unveiled the EOS M5. It's an interchangeable mirrorless camera. It's got a microphone jack. It's got a tilt-out screen. Now, unfortunately, when they unveiled the M3, the predecessor to it, it had a flip-up screen, which is awesome. But whenever it flips up, if you have a microphone up there, you can't flip it up all the way. I just did a video about it whenever it was first released, and basically that was the biggest flaw for a vlogger like myself. So Canon addressed that by making the screen flip down, which means that if you're a vlogger and you're using the camera on like a GorillaPod or something, you won't be able to see the screen or flip it down because of that. Canon doesn't seem to have figured out a way to make the screen flip out to the side on their little tiny mirrorless cameras. They can do it on the T5i, T6i, T whatever, and the 70D, 80D, whatever's the newest there. But for whatever reason, they can't seem to do it on this EOS M series, and that kind of stinks. Now, realistically, would that make a big difference for me? I don't know, but the camera with a lens is like $1,500. I think the camera alone is like $1,000. And basically, no. If I'm paying $1,500, I'm gonna be going for something much, much better. I know Panasonic has some good options, some good offerings out there. Hopefully, they'll put out something new soon, because the M5 doesn't do 4K, and brand new camera just released, just announced at least today, 1080p 60 is the highest video resolution it'll do. The Lumix L100 that I'm using, this handheld point and shoot pocketable, not pocketable camera, it'll do 4K video, and it was released like a year or two ago. I think it was a year to a year and a half. Either way, it just doesn't have a flip out screen and it doesn't have a mic jack. But you know what, I'm going on about cameras again. Cameras, Pokemon GO, it's a good way to start the day though. But my morning meeting is now in 15 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead. I haven't been on the deck in like 3 days, so I'm gonna take my laptop, go out on the deck, and actually get to work. Beautiful day so far. I've been sitting out here working on the deck for a little while. It's actually Wow, it's already 12:30. Got some code updates done, found another bug in my code that I was able to fix. So I got some stuff checked in and pushed out and testing it and stuff. I think I'm getting ready to head inside though, because there's a few too many bugs out here for me that I think I'm being bitten by mosquitoes and whatnot. It's not that warm out though. It feels pretty good. There's a nice little breeze. I see some butterflies flipping around over there. I even actually brought the iPad Pro out here for a little while. I decided I wanted to see if I could get iMovie working with it. I've got this Olala iDisk thing, which basically allows you to transfer files from your iPhone or iPad onto it and then onto a laptop or desktop or whatever, because it has a push-out USB stick here and then Lightning on the other side and 32 gigs of storage. I have this in hand because I was seriously considering picking up a Lightning to SD and micro SD card adapter. They got them on Amazon. They're like 20 bucks. But after testing this for a little while and doing a little bit of reading, apparently the only things that can actually interact with iPhoto and iMovie are the Apple accessories. I'm not surprised at all by that, but the Apple accessory, it's like 29 bucks, so it's $9 more than what I was going to spend anyway, and it only supports SD cards, so I'll have to have a micro SD to SD card adapter if I want to do any like GoPro style footage. So when I go into the Apple store tomorrow morning to pick up my iPhone, I might also be picking up the keyboard for the iPad, as well as probably the SD card adapter. Might as well make a day of it and spend a ridiculous amount of money, right? I also just got a comment from Technologilab that mentioned, I probably said that wrong, sorry, but he mentioned that the Hue bulbs that I ordered last night, did the pre-order with the Amazon Echo stuff, maybe it wasn't last night, whenever. That's only the white bulbs, it's not the colored ones, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but at the very least, for $70, less than that, because I did do what is that? At least it does come with the hub, and the hub is compatible with all the Hue lights, so I can always expand upon that down the line if I choose to do so. It is one more device to have inside of my home to have to find a place for, but still, it'll work. And you know what, like I said, I'm getting ready to go inside, I'm going to grab a little bit of lunch and try to avoid bugs. Oh, and I wish we'd done this sooner. You guys know we've been going to Duncan's baseball games, and it gets very, very hot out there. So we've been doing our best to try to stay in the shade. We've got umbrellas just in case we can't. And I can't remember where we were when I saw this first, but I saw somebody with a fan around their neck the other day. And I know this is completely goofy, but it was like $5, and we're getting ready to go on vacation, and we still have several more baseball games that are going to be in very hot weather, so I picked up a couple of them on Walmart.com. Unfortunately, they are both pink, but you know, I am a manly enough man that pink probably will not bother me that much. And realistically, it's just something you wear around your neck, you put a couple of batteries in it, and it pulls in the air from in front of you and blows it up into your face. Should make it nice and cool and comfortable, and especially be cool and comfortable for the baby, because we definitely want to make sure he stays nice and cool and comfortable when we're out in very hot temperatures. But back to lunch. Oh hey, look who made it back off the bus. For whatever reason, his bus has come early, like 10 minutes early the last couple of days, so I'm gonna have to start getting out there a little bit earlier. But he's here. He's done his reading for the day. He's got his Pokemon. Time to go hunt? Hunting the Pokemons. We're out and about hunting some Pokemon. Let's see what we got. Ooh, Poliwag. We don't have very many of those around here. And Geodude found a candy. Perfect timing. I think I need 2 more candies for him. Nice. Duncan has one hatching too. Uh-oh. Just a Caterpie. Caterpie, Caterpie, however you want to say it. And your Geodude found a gem. Candy. There we go. Yay! And hooray. It's later. Much later, actually. We had dinner. We hung out. Christina went out shopping and taking stuff back and buying new stuff. And now we're all home. Duncan's finished all of his homework, so that's good stuff. Yay! Ellis has been hanging out, playing, and uneventful. It's what we do. As you yawn. Uh-oh, mistakes have been made. I showed her the iPad Pro just to let her see how the speakers work, because 4 speakers, amazing, and I may never see it again. She says bye to it. Alright, got Duncan and Ellis in bed at this point. I think Christina's getting ready to head to bed. I'm going to finish editing this and head to bed myself. I took just a minute, figured out, I've never used the Apple AirDrop stuff before because I haven't had enough Apple devices to do that, so I was messing around with that, and it was really super easy to get the files from the Mac onto the iPad. Not that that's something that I could ever do when I was traveling. I'm going to actually go pick up, like I said, the Lightning to SD adapter tomorrow. But I was able to pull all those files into iMovie on the iPad, and I was able to edit the vlog. I'm not doing the entire thing the whole day or anything, but I may try it moving forward. And the export process, it was like an 11.5-minute clip. It took like 7 minutes to export. So not as good as the MacBook Pro, obviously, but still not that bad. 7 minutes for a 1080p 60 clip. Definitely worth a shot, especially going on vacation. If I did not want to take the laptop with me, I might be able to do that. But I'm going to keep experimenting with that. And of course, continuing to experiment with everything else. I've got a couple of accessories that I picked up. We'll talk about that tomorrow. When I go pick up my iPhone, I'm going to be picking up probably the keyboard, and we'll see. So tomorrow will be a very interesting day. Make sure to tune back in for more. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you had a wonderful day. I had a pretty decent one myself. We'll see you again tomorrow.